Here's the attendance history report that I exported from Synergy to Excel. And let's just take a look at a few things in this file. Up at the top in the main menu, this is Home. Normally when you click on something in the main menu, you get a drop-down menu. In Excel, you get ribbons. So right now we're looking at the Home ribbon. If I click on Insert, I see the Insert ribbon. I can go to the Page Layout ribbon, etc. I'm going to go back to the Home ribbon. I look down at the bottom and I see that there is just one worksheet in this file named Attendance History. If I go over to the right and I look at the scroll button, the scroll button is very small. That tells me this is a very large file. I have to scroll a long way down to get to the end of the data. I'm going to scroll back up to the top so I'm at the very top of the file. Row 1 is the headings for each column. I want the headings to look different from the rest of the data. So I'm going to click on the one that selects every cell in row 1. Now in my Home ribbon, I'm going to click on B, and that's going to bold all of the headings. And then in this drop down for the font size, I'm going to change the font from 11 to 14. So now I've changed the headings so they're a little bigger than the rest of the text. Now I need to fix the width of the columns. Notice here in this column E, some of the entries are just hashtags or pound signs. That's because it's a number and the number is too big to fit in the cell. So in the upper left corner, there's a cell that has a little triangle in it. I'm going to click in that cell. That selects every cell in the spreadsheet. I'm going to put my mouse pointer on the border between column A and column B. I'm going to click, hold, and drag, and that will make every column wider. So I want to keep clicking, holding, and dragging until column A is big enough so I can see all the text in column A. And now I can click anywhere to deselect all of the columns and all of the cells. And now maybe I want to manipulate individual columns. So I'm going to click on column B. I'm going to make it smaller so I can still see all the text in column B but not take up so much space. I'll do the same thing to column C, and I'll skip ahead to the point where I've done it to all the columns. So I've changed the width of the columns so that they're big enough so I can see all of the data in the column, but they're not so big that there's a lot of wasted space. Before I do anything else, I want to go to the upper left corner of the screen, click on the Save button. Looks like a little floppy disk. And I get this warning that says that attendancehistory.xls may not be compatible with text. Do you want to keep the workbook in this format? In this case, you want to say no. So I'm going to click no. And now it's going to save the file as attendancehistory.xlsx. So that means it's going to bring it up to date as an Excel 2010 file. So you want it to be .xlsx. And now I click Save. And now I've saved my Excel file.